我觉得上半场可能体能包括我们的防守强度，跟对方拼的还是比较好一些。但是到下半场体能下降了以后，有一些细节篮板球包括一些失误球导致对方特别轻松的得分机会吧。但是总体比赛还是对于整个球队都是一个特别宝贵的一个经验，然后可以通过这场比赛去总结，然后提升，然后去一步一步的到下一场比赛去帮助到球队吧。
I think, as the coach mentioned, for the Canada team, Team Canada is a great team. So through this game, I think we know the gap between currently the roster for our team compared with Team Canada, especially for the individual ability. Also, from the perspective of the talent part, actually, we can know the gap. But as young players, I think from beginning to the end, what we need to get better is we fight for every single moment on that part. And for the first half, what we're doing better because we have better condition, we have better shape, and also defense intensity. Actually, we try to focus on that one. So I think we have a good first half. However, for the second half, I think because our condition of defense intensity was a little bit dropped down at the moment. So for rebounding part, actually, we can do a better on that. So generally for this game, is I think as younger players, it's a valuable experiences for us to gain from this one. Through the games, we need to coming back, we need to make conclusions and see how we can get better. So only through this way we can elevate ourselves and have better contribution for the future for the Team China.
Thank you. We'll now open the floor to questions from the media. If you do have a question, use the raise hand function and we'll call upon you. Please state your affiliation and direct your question to someone specifically. We'll start with Takashi.
Hello, Coach. Can you hear me? Hello, Coach. Hello.
We can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Thank you. My name is Takeshi Shibata. I'm calling from Tokyo, Japan. And my question is, I think you were talking about the competitiveness of this game, and I think you stayed well in the game until the late in the game. But what were the keys for that on your side? What made it happen?
Can you just repeat the questions? Because a little bit of international trembling. We understand.
So I'm going to write it down here. So
the question was, it was competitive for a large part of the game, but then what happened?
Yeah, okay. 这是日本东京的记者，他的问题是因为您在赛后一直在强调 competitiveness， 就是说整个我们对抗的这种竞技性那整个比赛其实上我们这种对抗竞技性是非常强的，但是在最后一个时刻的话，还是有一点去下降了。对于这一点的话，您是怎么做出一个点评的呢？
首先，这场比赛大家知道，这个我的队员都是非常年轻的球员。第一次打这样高强度的比赛和这种国际大赛，那可能相对会有一些紧张包括这个体能的消耗这一块肯定是非常大的但是我觉得他们整场比赛表现是非常非常棒的那前3节比赛做出了这个很好的一个表现最后在第4节的比赛当中，肯定是篮板球这块篮板球这块丢了太多导致了这个比赛最后这个得分这块能力下降但是整体来说今天的表现是非常非常棒
的。I think as a young team right now for Team China, a lot of them is the first time to represent the Team China to play the games, especially for such an international basketball tournament. So they play a little bit nervous, as you can see on the court. Also, the condition as the end of the game will drop down a bit. But generally, I think they play a great game after all. And for the first, second, and also third quarter, actually, as you can see on the game, actually played great. Only on the fourth quarters, when we dropped down our conditions at that time, and also defensive rebound, actually, we need to get better on that. But generally, I think they played great games. Only first quarter, because at that time also with scoring ability, also a little bit dropped down.
Thank you. Final question going to Christopher Johnson. Christopher, please unmute.
Thank you. My question is Christopher Johnson from Global Light Media. My question is for the player, Hu Mingxuan. I'd like to ask you about Andrew Nicholson. I believe you've played with him or against him in Guangdong. What do you think about his play tonight and in the past with you and against you?
这个问题是给洪云轩，因为你和Nico 之前也做过队友，而且也是做过对手的。对于他今天的表现，包括你以往跟他作为队友还是作为对手来讲的话，你对他的一个评价是怎么样的呢？
也是他在加拿大球队，也是非常积极，然后包括在 CBA 的时候，也做过队友，是一个非常朴实，然后一个特别跟大家可以融入到在生活中融入到一块的一个球员吧。然后在加拿大见到他以后，大家也是非常友好的打了招呼，然后在场上他也是非常的尽力，然后我们也是在场上互相对抗，也是非常有意思，也是尽情的去享受比赛吧，非常非常棒的一个球员。
I think for Nico, when he represents Team Canada right now, actually he play pretty active on the court, and especially as you know, back to the CBA, and with Nico, with him be the teammates. He's a kind person, and also when he plays CBA, he's trying to easily mingle to the team. So that his personality, I give credits. So for this game, I think it's pretty fun when we play against him. And it's for us, I think I enjoy to play against Nico now.
Thank you. This concludes the first portion of this press conference. Up next, we will have Team Canada. Thank you, Team China.
Okay.
All right, welcome back. Second part of this press conference. We have Team Canada, the victorious Team Canada here. Their second win in Victoria. They now move on to the semifinals, which will be on Saturday. Head coach Nick Nurse and Andrew Wiggins joining us. Coach, I will ask for your thoughts on the game against China.
Yeah, again, I thought our guys did a pretty professional job tonight. Again, very good learning experience for us. We saw a lot of different defenses, a few different presses, a few different zones, and a lot of zones. So, again, we're fairly new to each other, so it was good for us to get some experience with that. Respect to China, they play very hard, physical. Came back at us a couple times. We had a 20-point lead there that ended up like 13 or something at the half, and they whittled it down a couple times, but I was glad. I thought our guys off the bench came in and gave us a boost in both halves, and we were able to get the win.
Thank you, Coach. Andrew, I'll ask you the same question. Your thoughts on the game from a player's perspective?
It was a hard-fought game from both sides. Like Coach said, they threw a lot of different defenses at us. I feel like we reacted well. We're still learning to play together. It's a new squad. But every game we're getting better. Every moment we're on the court together, guys are, the chemistry is building. We're getting more comfortable, and hopefully we can keep it going.
Thank you, Andrew. All right, we'll now open the floor to questions. Use the raise hand function, and we'll get to you. A reminder to state your name, affiliation, and also make sure that we keep the questions short and sweet because we are in a timed event, and we're going to try to get to everybody. We'll lead off with Doug Smith. Sorry.
Hello, guys. Sorry about that. I had to get unmuted by our moderator. Nick, I'm just wondering, you talked about the different things you've seen in these two games, the presses, the defenses, that kind of stuff. How important was it to get game speed experience in all of those things, knowing what's ahead of you?
Well, it's really valuable, Doug. Again, I think that in the two games we have seen quite a bit. Right, we saw a little zone switching back to man yesterday. Obviously, full court man to man, we're seeing a lot. You see a lot in FIBA. We saw a three-quarter court press today. We saw a 1-3-1 zone today, a 2-3. We've seen multiple pick and roll coverages as well. So it's good, as you and I talk a lot, Doug, about it's hard to simulate some of these things in practice, right? You do the best you can, but there's nothing like doing it live and then being able to teach and learn from there.
Move to Arash Madani up next.
Hey guys, question for Nick. Nick, I know you keep talking about defense, but with no fans in here, we hear you yell weak, 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 and then we hear almost an echo of all five guys on the floor yelling weak, weak, weak. Just what kind of buy-in are you getting on the defensive end? How important has that been to what you're doing and where you're going?
Yeah, I think there's some good communication there, and it's something we've talked about. Obviously talked a lot about, the priority of defense, but the communication side of it. And again, it has to continue to grow because there's a lot longer possessions. A lot of times we're good talking early in the possession, but being able to talk all the way through it is the key so you can finish off the possessions. And I think, it looks like it's growing a little bit, and they're doing a good job with it. But they're sure trying to execute the schemes. They sure are trying to communicate, and when there's something wrong, they try to cover up for each other and help each other out. So that's a pretty good combination, those three things.
Michael Grange up next.
Hey, guys. I got one for Andrew and one for Nick. Andrew, you guys had 28 assists on 33 made field goals or something. Seems to be a really unselfish group. Could you see that in training camp? And does that explain what we're seeing, even though you guys are pretty new to each other on the floor?
Yeah. When you play together, the game becomes easy. Everyone's in a good rhythm. Everyone's going to get after it offensively, defensively. And, you know, we have a lot of unselfish guys. We all want to see each other win, do good. And out there, we're just trying to play aggressive, you know, play to win, play the right way. You know, and I feel like if we keep playing that way, keep playing together, then the sky's the limit for us.
Thank you. And Nick, you generally seem to try and keep RJ and Andrew's minutes a bit staggered. I mean, obviously they play together, but rarely were they off the floor at the same time. What's your thinking behind that?
Again, I think they're probably two of our primary guys, two-way players, Michael, and I think it gives us some versatility to play a little bigger. It's a pretty good two-guard, small forward combo, whichever way you want to look at it, and they both can play 2, 3, 4, which enables us to do a lot of things defensively because they both can handle themselves on the low block defensively as well. So it gives us a chance to bump down big and bump up small, if that makes any sense.
It does. Thank you.
Yep.
Josh Lewinberg up next.
Hey guys, congratulations on the win. Nick, I want to ask you about the Andrew that isn't sitting next to you. What has Andrew Nicholson brought to you guys over these last 2 games, and how important is he going to be in that role for you over the weekend?
Yeah, I mean, listen, he's a very experienced guy. He's got a unique ability, Josh, to find open areas on the court, right? Either posting up and holding position, you know, filtering into the high post, trailing on a 3, popping on a 3. You know, he really can score the ball, and so that's been good. This is obviously my first time with him. So we're glad that he, you know, ended up deciding to play, and he's certainly an important part of our team.
Miles is up next. Welcome, Miles.
Hey guys, Miles Dichter here with CBC Sports. Question for Andrew. When you see your teammates knocking down shots like they did tonight, I think 6 guys besides himself scored in double figures, how does that sort of build trust for moving forward when you guys might face sort of more difficult end-of-game situations?
Pardon me? I didn't hear the last part.
How does that build trust moving forward when you might face difficult end-of-game situations?
You know, at the end of the day, it's basketball. You know, we have a lot of guys on this team that, you know, can put the ball in the hoop, you know, that can play at a high level, that do play at a high level. So when they're making shots, it makes the game easier for everybody. You know, the floor starts to open up. Everyone's in a great rhythm, you know, and we're playing together, so it's winning basketball.
Hector Gonzalez.
Yes, my name is Hector Jose Gonzalez Baez from Deportes Tuyo. This question is for Andrew. Andrew, congratulations to passing on the semifinals.
Thank you.
What is the most important thing right now to the weekend during this pandemic stage?
What's the most important thing?
Next couple days.
Next weekend game.
Oh, next weekend's game. What's the most important thing? Oh, we just got to lock in. You know, that's the main thing. I feel like we'll win the games by defense. You know, we can score if anybody. We have a lot of talented guys, but locking in on defense and rebounding the ball is going to be the key thing.
Last 2 here. We'll go to Oren first and end with Takashi.
Yeah, hi guys. Congrats on the win. Oren Weisfeld with Raptors Republic here. I have a question for Nick about Dwight Powell. I'm just wondering, you know, he's clearly communicating a lot. He's the defensive anchor for you guys and probably your biggest player. And, you know, you guys potentially are going to play some big teams here in the semifinal. How important is he to this team, and how impressed have you been with him so far?
Yeah, he's had 2 really good games. I think just his energy and his effort in a lot of facets. I mean, just with his speed and rebounding and physicality and his communication, he's really got some key putbacks. I think he's been a real problem on the glass at both ends for the other team. But no, he's been really good. He's been solid, like you said, anchor of our defense and anchor of our rebounding. So he's played really good.
And the final question to Takashi.
From Tokyo, Japan, and congratulations on the advancing to the semifinal. My question is to Coach Nick Nurse, and my question is, I think you might have been able to build a bigger lead, if not for the closing moments in the second and third quarter. So what prevented from happening on your side? And was there anything which impressed or surprised you on the Chinese side?
Takashi, how you doing, man? Good to hear from you. You good? I think you asked me about building the lead. The question cut out, but listen, I thought we did a good job. China came out really ready to play. We knew that, and we were on a back-to-back. We did a good job of building the lead, but we again expected them to keep coming, and we knew they had good shooters, so they strung up a couple threes on us there to come back. A couple different stretches of the game, but I think again, for the most part, we did a good job of challenging enough of their shots and limiting their second shots, and certainly we did a great job at the offensive end today.
All right, that concludes this press conference. Enjoy the break.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody.